It's often said that the people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio From Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day. And today's word is...
Pilled. P-I-L-L-E-D. Pilled. And now to use the word we have in a conversation with the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, and his son Denver. Don is not well and has to isolate himself from the family, so he's talking to his son Denver on the phone from a remote location. So here they are, Don and Denver Criddle. Don on the phone talking about the future of Mona and of the Criddle family. Again, the word is pilled.
Daddy, why ain't you home? Me and Mama's worried to heaven about you, and the town needs you to come back. We got some serious problem going on.
Well, I'm sorry, son, but I needed to leave. I didn't want you and your mama to come down with a sickness.
A sickness? Daddy, you don't have that fungus stuff that they got on that show The Last of Us, do you? You ain't gonna change into some spongy monster or something, are you, Daddy?
Settle, boy, settle. That Last of Us is just a TV show. There ain't no fungus sickness. And that show, by the way, ruins the video game they took it from.
Oh, ain't that the truth? But, Daddy, how do you know that? You don't play them games.
Well, I watch over your shoulder, son, and I thought it was a pretty good game.
Well, if you didn't actually play the game, how do you know if you got the fungus or not?
Denver, it's just a TV show game thingy. There ain't no such fungus disease like they say. No, what I got is something real. It's COVID.
Oh, I heard of that one, Daddy. What game is that one on?
Denver, it's in the real world, and I got it. That's why I pilled out of here the other day to isolate myself so I don't infect you and your mama. But anyway, what's the serious problem that the town has got going on?
Well, Daddy, you know our radio station, KVOM, the voice of Mona?
Oh, yeah, with that morning hullabaloo show with them two bird brains.
It's the Morning Zoo, Daddy, with Captain Breakfast and Benny the Egg. But anyway, the serious problem is somebody stole the KVOM broadcasting tower.
What? What, the whole tower? 100 foot of steel?
Yep, loaded it onto a truck and peeled out of the parking lot, Daddy. It's a case of Grand Theft Audio.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
That one had a real punchline at the end.
I'm guessing that what's his name in Draper is reconsidering his
Cameron? Draper?
Draper?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think
I like that one.
You know.
My favorite thing is the morning show of Captain Breakfast and Benny the Egg. I don't
I want
know
that
why.
to be a real thing.
It's because his head is egg-shaped, Daddy. He's got a big old head.
That's right, he does.
At least I think he do anyway. I don't know. I've never
on the
seen
radio.
him. He's on the radio.
They delivered that boy feet first.
Maybe when they open up that new big old tire, maybe they'll do a remote.
Oh.
Hey, that's a good
Would
idea.
you go to the remote?
Oh,
Denver?
you bet I would. I'd have some key tags and fun.
You're all about
And spin the big prize wheel. It's got Benny the Egg's face on it. It goes around.
It spins around and around
He's a
and
big,
around.
bald-headed dude.
And Denver, what you don't know is I actually graduated high school with Captain Breakfast.
Did you now?
Yeah.
What was he like in high school, Daddy? Was
He
he
had
like?
pimples.
Tell me he was
No.
like me.
He had pimples, that's for sure.
Well, then
Lots
he's
of them.
kind of like me.
And I haven't seen him in many years, but I'm guessing he still has pimples.
He had pimples.
That's what I remember about him.
That's the thing I remember about him. He
That's my
had
sign
pimples.
off today, by the way.
I mean, you think about back to high school. That's you just remember people for like one thing.
Yeah.
I can't remember the kid's name, but there was one kid who, and it was high school, and his pants were always part way up his butt. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like,
I
mean,
remember a kid like that.
every day, all the time,
Yeah.
like stuck up in there. And I thought, I felt bad for him in a way, but that's one thing I remember about him.
That's what I always told my kids. You don't want to be the stinky kid because everybody remembers the stinky kid.
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
Someone is requesting that I ring the bell after the Utah words.
Oh,
Oh, we used to do that when we had more than one.
Yeah, when we had several in a sketch, we used like 10 or 20 of them, and so I wanted to make sure everybody got them. But
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
no,
Just
I mean
to do
that's why Gina says the word at
Yeah.
the beginning, though, so that
Yeah.
you're paying attention.
that's all right.
Listen for it.
These people in Draper are very picky.
Cameron, I didn't realize how well this little sketch fit together, though, because it's, they're talking about video games, and then the last line is, and I didn't even intend it, it's a case of Grand Theft Audio, referencing.
Which is a video.
Yeah.
I thought you did that on purpose.
I did too.
I really sort of didn't, because
Own it.
that line, well, yeah, I should, but that line is an actual line from that. Remember that story about the radio tower that was stolen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a line from that story. I think that's what the station manager said.
Grand
I guess
Theft
we'll have
Audio.
to call it Grand Theft Audio. And so I wasn't even thinking about it as I put that. And then today when we read through it, I went, "Hey, that really works well."
And speaking of games,
Yes.
Well,
have-
games, I spun the prize wheel, and I got a Benny the Egg antenna ball for my Nova.
Just like his head.
It's shaped like his head.
Yeah. Grinning at you.
Sorry, Gina.
I was trying to do a tease for later in the show. We have Tech Talk with JD to talk about Vidgy games.
Vidya games.